What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Hologram. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what just came out from Hologram, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So I do see a lot of people on social media wondering what the hell is happening with Hologram, why it's going down 12.69%. Clearly, people didn't really look all too hard because they did submit a 6K alongside a new prospectus. For those of you that have been following my channel, I like to give obviously Hologram the benefit of the doubt, but I did clearly state that this was coming. 1,000,000%, and more is going to come, in fact, unfortunately, of prospectuses, but this one right here is valued at 36 million. So it's kind of level ground, right? So previous to in 2024, all of them were 28 million. Subtract admin fees, it gave them around 24. Then they did 2 issuances of 48, and now they're doing 36. So they're trying to level it out. And what I mean by that is all of these old prospectuses in 2024, all of them, even the newest one right now, is 365-day terms. So interest payments, that's the convertible side of all of these. That's what's causing all the massive amount of dilution. And then the principal is paid back. I feel like a lot of people do not comprehend exactly what Hologram is actually doing, because I still see it's kind of, I don't know why. I get Hologram, people just see it and greed takes over, like, oh my God, I'm going to be rich if they squeeze or something like that. But people really need to start to learn and just read the notes. So principal is actually paid back with cash. So when they say, especially on previous PRs, hey, we have 307, whatever it was, million in cash and cash equivalents, that's not correct, because all of these old notes technically are going to be due. So the one that is July 10th, 2024, August 23rd, 2024, June the 20th, May the 22nd, that one was just paid back. But all of those alongside October 30th, January the 6th, January 21st, all of them technically do need to be paid back. So their cash in reality is about, I'd say, 5 to 10 million. That is it. So for a lot of you saying, hey, they have 200 million in Bitcoin, which on a side note, they've actually never done and shown any confirmation of that, but they don't have 200 million. So it's kind of crazy, right? Like how I see this, especially in my line of work. I know I haven't really talked on that too much, but it's essentially dealing with gamblers, risk takers, and they were potentially putting out news saying that they were going to buy $200 million plus of Bitcoin derivatives. So at the end of the day, all of this money, you can kind of see it as a payday loan. They were using payday loans to potentially buy risky assets. So a lot of retail investors, which unfortunately, even on StockTwits, I haven't really checked out StockTwits all that much, but there is a huge amount of people that are just blindly bullish on this stock. So moral of the story is, do not be surprised in the next 2 months to see 2 more issuances of prospectuses. And as I've mentioned, given everything, they are going to be doing another reverse stock split tail end of Q3 going into Q4. I have been accurate as hell with this stock. And to be fully fair, even on my Patreon, I do post saying, hey, today is a good buy, potentially with Hologram and many other stocks. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, and ultimately it goes up. So you can ride the wave up, but at the end of the day, this stock is definitely not one to hold on to. I honestly have said my piece. I know I come off as a asshole to some people. My apologies on the French, but yeah, at the end of the day, this stock did have a lot of good potential. Just it's unfortunately, that's something that the SEC does need to really look into, is a lot of these types of scam companies. And at the same time, you still have some people saying they cannot do another reverse stock split. And even though I've brought up many other examples, but They've done so far 3 reverse stock splits, and they will be doing another one in, like I said, Q3/Q4. This is another good example, horrific company as an example, but they have done so far, what is it, 7, potentially now 8 reverse stock splits. It's just a very, very bad time. So at the end of the day, I'm not here to convert you. If you want to buy the dip, have at it. It's do whatever floats your boat. I could really care less. But at the end of the day, nobody can ever come back to me and say, hey, you didn't warn me about hologram. You didn't warn me about doing all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's just the moral of the story. This is the bad thing. Side note though, this is technically, there's a lot more dilution that needs to be had, because all of those prospectuses, probably in the second half of 2024, have not even started to pay and convert a lot of those interest payments over. So technically, like I said, you can ride the wave up. There's going to be a lot more dilution, so a lot more pumps, as to similar to what has happened recently, like right here. You just have to be able to catch it and release. Do not hold. That's the moral of the story. So let me know your thoughts on hologram. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Again, I know even on Reddit, on StockTwits, there's a lot of people that are just very, very bullish, and I don't know, maybe nothing is going to convert or even kind of open their eyes to exactly what is happening with hologram. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you are looking for good buy signals though, pop over to my Patreon and give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.